This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast, episode number 214. Today we have good neighbor Luke Hall from Certified Pest Control. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to learn a little bit more about what you do over at Certified Pest Control. So let's jump right in, and why don't you share a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so I own Certified Pest Control alongside my wife, Adita. We opened our doors in 2014, and we are a local family-owned pest control company focused on giving peace of mind by providing health, safety, and financial protection.
Perfect. So let's back up your story a little bit. How did you get involved in the pest control industry?
Yeah, I was, my journey with pest control started back in 2008, really. I came out of college, I needed a job, and one that didn't have odd hours, such as retail and things like that. I was really wanting that more cliche 9-to-5 job, but at that time, there really wasn't many places that were hiring. I had put out, a lot of different applications. With no luck. And then I had a family member, a cousin of mine, who was currently with the company, and he had suggested that there was an opportunity where he was working at. And, at the time I needed a job, beggars couldn't be choosers. So I put in the application and was hired. And I was happy I was hired because shortly after that, I began to become extremely intrigued with the pest control industry. I didn't realize there were so many more moving parts than just going out and spraying, quote unquote, for the bugs, right?
Right.
And so, when I began diving into the business aspect and the marketing aspect, the customer experience aspect, operations, all of it just really, it pulled me right in. And so I knew right then and there, okay, this is what I wanted to do. So, since I was a kid, I had a high desire to own my own business. I had an uncle of mine who owns a business and is successful, and I had the opportunity of watching him succeed and grow, and it put that entrepreneurial bug in me. And so, fast forward to working at that pest control company where my cousin helped me get the job. I put in my time. I learned everything I needed to learn to become certified in all the proper categories, and then from there I began mapping out my plan to start a business and, business plan and things of that nature. And then I March 3rd, 2014, I pulled the trigger and decided it was time to take action.
There you go. And you were in business like that.
We were in business. Yep.
So let's talk about some of those challenges. Obviously, starting a new business can be a challenge in itself, but is there something you can look back at now and say, you know what, it was a challenge at the time, but I can look back at now and, I'm better for going through it?
Yeah. So, one of the major challenges that stands out is navigating those early stages of building a business. I mean, I think most of us who start off could agree with that. It's daunting, it's challenging, it's different, especially if you're brand new to the business world, right? So, balancing the demands of growing a business while providing for my family required a lot out of me, and a lot of perseverance, a lot of adaptability. And there were times where, honestly, resources were tight and I had a lot of pressure. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it any further than what I already had. But those experiences ultimately did teach me resilience, problem solving, and the value of hard work. So looking back at that, I could confidently say that overcoming those early challenges definitely made me more appreciative of the success that we've been able to build.
Absolutely. So let's talk about some of the myths or misconceptions surrounding the pest control industry that we can kind of clear up for our listeners today.
Yeah, great question. So oftentimes, one of the most common misconceptions that we come across is that the products we use are harsh and harmful. And in fact, nowadays, the product that we use are less harsh and harmful than most consumer products that are found in many homes today. So that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions. I mean, pest control, it definitely has evolved quite a bit since its inception. I mean, yes, early on, things were extremely dangerous, and a lot of those products have been removed, and now they're on the restricted pesticide use category, or not available at all. But it has evolved greatly, and the products now, and not just the products, the methods to apply these have changed and for the better.
Absolutely. So do you notice anything trending within the industry new?
Yes, there's some new technology, great software, proposal software. There's really good software now. The monitor rodent activity. These types of things are helping push us further. Different types of organic or green approach to the business are starting to really take on, and so those things are new to the industry, new technology, especially the rodent one, being able to monitor the activity without actually being on site. So in between visits, we can have real time data and be able to respond to that and know what to do when we're heading out for that next visit. That's a bit of technology that they've implemented in the industry that we find, helpful.
Absolutely. Gotta love technology. It makes our jobs easier in the long run. So
Yeah.
are you from Southwest Florida originally?
I am actually. I like to joke that I'm a rare breed. I was born and raised actually in Collier County. Spent a lot of basically Collier and Lee counties. So I'm pretty well familiar with each area.
You've seen a lot of changes down here, I'm sure.
I definitely have.
So when you do, I know owning a business can be very demanding of your time, but when you do get a moment of free time, what do you enjoy doing outside of work?
So I enjoy learning. Well, I know that sounds kind of silly, but I'm a learner. I love to learn. I like to read articles and books. I'm involved with peer-to-peer groups. I like learning from others that, have had the experience. I've been there, done that. One of the things I found about myself and a lot of people I surround myself with is we're guilty of we don't know what we don't know. And so, for me, a hobby is learning. I like it. But if I'm not reading books or learning from others, I do. Recently, I've taken the Kamado grill. It's kind of like that big green egg.
Yep.
So grilling out, learning different ways to cook things that I've never cooked. I find that to be exciting. And most of all, I really enjoyed traveling, experiencing different cultures and different foods. And I love doing that all while spending time with my family.
Wow. You sound just as busy as you do at work.
Yeah.
Got a full schedule, but that's what it's all about, end of the day.
That's true.
So is there one thing you wish our listeners knew about Certified Pest Control that maybe they don't know?
Yeah, I wish they knew that we offer Florida's most inclusive pest program. It's the Platinum Pest Program. And the reason why this is unique is because it covers them against more pests than any other company in the greater Collier, Lee, and Charlotte counties. It comes with a lifetime bedbug warranty. It includes webbing spiders, unlimited rodent control, as well as all the common pests that are found here. So no other company in this area offers that. And so we truly do believe in providing more value to the end consumer. In other words, more bang for their buck. It's better for them to call their company and hear, yes, we could have somebody out there right away, instead of hearing, unfortunately, Mrs. Jones, you're not covered for that, but let me sell you this, right? And so that's what differentiates us. We'd rather go ahead and give you the value from the start and follow through with that. And we tailor that program specifically to each individual's needs. So that's one of the things that we wish consumers, the community, knew about us.
Absolutely. It's about customer service at the end of the day. So how would our listeners go about contacting you if they wanted to learn more or had some concerns?
Yes, they can visit us at certifiedpest.com or call or text us at 239-877-4041. You can shoot us an email at support@certifiedpest.com.
Perfect. Luke, any last words for our listeners?
No, thank you for having me on. I appreciate anyone that listens to this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Thank you for being such a good neighbor, and I hope to see you out in the community soon.
Yes, take care.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com. Or call 239-296-2621.